Hello violinists, welcome to Prime Strings. I'm Henriette and this is lesson 11 in the violin class for beginners Crickboom course. Welcome back, it's lovely to see you here again. Today we're going to carry on with our work on the left hand fingers on the violin and we're going to continue with the second finger. If you have a red book, we're going to start on exercise 20 in this book. And if you have an older version of this book, it is exercise 28. And exercise 28 in this book you can find on page 6. So let's go ahead and let's get started. We are going to put our violins up on our shoulder and we're going to check that finger line again. You may remember that in previous lessons we wrote a finger line on your hand, just where your finger connects to your hand. And we were using that to indicate how high your hand should be and how high your finger should be above the string. So if you have got a finger line, please check it now that it's level with the E string. Then I want you also to check that your thumb is upright. It is sticking up above the fingerboard for about half a nail and it is not crunching the violin, so it's not squeezing it, it's lying there just softly. Lastly, we're checking the space for our imaginary tennis ball because we want our fingers to come towards the string, so we're pushing your wrist out. Now we're going to start with our first exercise today and I'll play it for you. What's different compared with our previous lessons is that now we're going to follow one note on from another straight away, so we're not having too much time in between each note to place our fingers. So have your fingers ready. Feel free to join in, but if you prefer to wait and watch me play first, that's also great. So here we go. I'm starting with a long bow on the A string, which lasts for 4 counts. And you will have noticed that I'm joining up all of the notes now, so I'm having no gaps in between the notes. Will you join me if you haven't already done so? I'll count us in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. So what are we looking at when we play this? First of all, you want to have your fingers hovering above the fingerboard. So we want to try and avoid playing with these 2 fingers low down like that, but you want to see if you can lift them up as if they were ready to play. They will come very, very soon. And then secondly, when you place your second finger, you want to make sure that your first finger remains on the string. So we tend to avoid on the violin playing with single fingers on the string, but we always want to play our fingers in relation to another finger that might already be on the string. So at this next playing, perhaps you can check that. So check both your 3rd and 4th fingers that they are up there and check that you're leaving your fingers down. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. super, well done. That's a good technique that you're building there. Lovely. You may remember that in an earlier lesson we were talking about imagining the next note in your head. Now, you might want to sing this tune in your head right now. I excuse my own singing, but I'm going to show you how I do that. So we know that the A is this note, then we got B, then we got C sharp. I'm a bit hoarse today, so the singing doesn't sound as nice, but it's not about the quality of the singing. It's about being able to imagine to pitch the note in your head. So on this next playing, I would like you to start thinking ahead whilst you play the open A string. You're imagining in your head what the B will sound like, and once you play the B, I want you to sing the C sharp in your head. Okay, so let's practice that while we play. So check over your finger line, your thumb and your tennis ball. And we will start after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sing in your head. Well done. Now that will start to develop, and these are all new aspects of your violin playing, and I'm very much aware of that this is a process. So don't worry if you find it very challenging today. Tomorrow it might be slightly easier, and next week you will think nothing more of it. So well done for keeping going. That's really nice. Now let's have a look at exercise 22 in the red book and exercise 30 in the older version of the book. So here you can see an open A which lasts for 2 counts. Then you have got what's called a minim rest, which is, in America you call this a half note rest, which is 2 counts rest. So together these 2 beats make up 4. So we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go immediately onto the second finger. So we haven't got the first finger in between now, but as I've said before, your first finger needs to be on the string as well. So you place fingers 1 and 2 together when you get here and play 2. And this second finger you hold for 2 counts, and then you've got another 2 counts rest. Then these 2 dots here, they mean repeat this section. So we go back here. 1, 2, rest, rest, both fingers down on the string. 1, 2, rest, rest, and then we hit this note. And this note is, in England it's called a semi-breve. In America it's called a whole note, and you hold it for 4 counts. So we've seen in the open string lessons, which seem a long time ago now, that your bow goes half as fast. So you start to bow really, really slowly here. First you've got an open A string for 4 counts, and then you've got a second finger for 4 counts, but again here you play fingers 1 and 2 together on the string. And then we'll repeat this bit, and you repeat the section that is between the 2 repeat signs. Can you see that? You've got some repeat signs here, and you've got some repeat signs there. And then when we finish that, we have a new section, and we're going to play minims again, or half notes. 2 counts A, 2 counts C sharp, but you place both fingers on the string, both fingers 1 and 2. And then you've got an A again, and 2 fingers, which means 2 fingers on the string. And then we repeat this section for an end of this exercise. So we've got 6 little sections, twice this, and twice this. Let's play. So let's have your violin up on your shoulder and make sure that you slide it along your collarbone nice to the side. Check over your finger line, your thumb and your tennis ball, and you make sure that you hover these 2 fingers over the strings as well. I'll count us in for 4. Let's see if we can do this in section, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Place your fingers. Rest. And take your fingers away. Repeat this section. Rest. Rest. Did you manage that all right? Lovely. Let's keep on going then. 4 counts each note. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place both fingers now. 3, 4, and repeat. Awesome. Now then, let's have a look at your last section here. So now my bow goes a bit faster again because we're playing minims. And 1, 2, fingers down. And repeat. That is very impressive. Super playing. Now it may be that you haven't quite made it this time, and that's okay, because what you can do is pause the video, then practice it in your own time, each of the sections between the repeats, and then join us again, because we're now going to play it all the way through with 3 repeats, and we're not going to be stopping. So if you're ready, check over your finger line, your thumb and your tennis ball, and I'll count us in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 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 repeat. Rest, rest. Carry on now with the slow bow. 2, 3, 4. And now we've arrived at the last section. So we're playing 2 counts on each bow. So my bow moves a little bit faster again. And repeat. Super, super playing. Now, in previous lessons, we have said there is much to think about in violin playing. At the moment, we're focusing almost entirely on the left hand, but today I want to shift that emphasis again towards the bow. And what I'd like you to do is just play some open A strings with me, and we want to really check out that we're bowing forward. You remember we've said that in the past. When you bow, your bow arm should point forwards like this. Like that, so your bow remains parallel to the bridge. If you find yourself playing here, or if you find that you can't quite reach the point of your bow, then it might mean that your hand has gone to the side a little bit more. And what you need to do to remedy that is to see if you can stretch your bow arm forwards a little bit. So let's play a couple of just open A strings just to focus on the bow so that we don't forget what straight bowing was like. So can you play this with me? Here we go. let's add our stance to this whole process. So step forward with your left foot a little bit and make sure that your knees are nice and loose. So bend your knees slightly so that you're not locking your legs, because this gets quite serious in the left hand now, doesn't it? So there might be some tension in your legs, and now is the time to get rid of it. Okay, at the same time, I'd like you to check over your bow hold, and I want you to make sure that you've got a space here. Be careful now that your index finger is now not wanting to move too far up, so we get this back on track again. Middle two fingers are close together. You've got a finger width space here and a finger width space there. And look underneath my bow, my thumb is bent. So both my thumb and my little finger are bent. Now it may be that this is a little bit challenging to get that bend right now, and that is not to worry about. That will come once your muscles grow a bit stronger. So now we're going to play our same open A strings again, just getting that balance right in your legs and with a proper bow hold. Here we go. And stretch forward. Super. Now that you've got all of this in order, really good bow hold, really nice stance, let's now add to that our finger line, our thumb and our tennis ball, and we'll play exercise 20 again, or in the other book it's called exercise 28. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat this whole exercise again. And that was super good playing today. Aren't you making awesome progress? Thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. It has been a great pleasure, and I very much look forward to seeing you again soon in lesson 12. Goodbye.